Do not disturb for 1 hour. Okay.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Ed Parcaut here, Brian Galke. I know everybody's like, I see you constantly. I'll deal with it. Yeah. Actually, I talked about this, I think, with you earlier in the week. It's been a slower week. I only had one regular podcast this week.
Oh, yeah?
Is usual. I usually have 4 of them plus these 2, and then the 5 days in the morning. I still had those, but just actual inner Edison or helping the brave. Didn't have them. I was booked for 2, and then one guy, I got to reschedule. And I knew they were going to reschedule because they're like, can we just bypass the initial interview? This is not an initial interview. I knew that's
bad sign.
Doing.
Bad sign.
Yeah. Can we reschedule? Sure. Luckily, I'm only out 4 months right now.
Yeah.
Because I was out so far. Well, no, I was out so far. People stopped booking. They don't want to book 6 months out.
I still haven't done Podmatch or any of those yet. I'm flying to Nashville doing 2 podcasts while I'm out there. Then the following week I'm flying to Phoenix doing 3 podcasts while I'm out there.
Yeah, don't do it. I'm going to tell you, don't do Podmatch where you're at.
Oh, that's fine. I don't know what to do. That's why I was going to ask you is what your recommendation was.
All right, well, we start the show, I guess. We already started the show, right?
Yeah, we already started. We're a minute in. So feed the people. Tell us what we should all do.
So I think Podmatch is good. Hold on. All right. The problem out in my area, it rained. Now it's sunny and I'm congested. Yeah, so deal with it.
It's weird. It's not cold, but it's cold here. It's kind of like windy and overcast.
We're windy and sunny and cold. Figure that one out.
Well, we had I think I told you this crazy weather over Christmas. We went from 80 on Christmas Eve. Oh, sorry. Let me see. Christmas Day, we went from 80 to 40 degrees. And it was cold for like a day or 2. And now we're back up into, let me see. I think it was the 70s yesterday.
Nobody cares. Why?
People care. 76 right now. Yeah.
How's the humidity?
Yeah, that's the only good thing. There isn't any. No humidity, no mosquitoes. That's when Texas is
There's humidity. It's just not warm enough for the humidity.
Well, for us, we don't feel it, right? And my big thing is the humidity sucks here. The mosquitoes suck. Get rid of those 2 things. Texas would be awesome.
Yeah. Well, that's like watching Landman. They explain to you how bad it is in Texas. Yeah.
Well, and that's out near where I went to college at, is where that's all supposed to be out in West Texas, all that,
which dirt and sun.
Well, and the smell of money, which means cow shit.
oil. That's it. All right, what we were talking about. All right, so since you brought up about
podcast
ask me about Podmatch. I like Podmatch. It's great for my helping the brave and a lot of the inner Edison, but you get but they're not all 100%. So you're looking to get on other people's podcasts. I use it to get people on my podcast. Because I'm on there to be on, as guests on other people's podcasts, but I don't push it that much because I'm so busy being my own person that I don't do it. So I can't tell you from a person who wants to be on other people's podcasts how good it is. I did tell Ralph Carrasco, who just recently wrote his book. He's in my Rotary. He asked me about it. And so I sent the affiliate link to him so he could sign up.
Good.
And he signed up and he's had his own podcast. And I sent him a thing to sign up and he still hasn't signed up under me. So it just depends on what your plan is and what you're trying to do. If you're going to start your own podcast, it'd be great to get guests through that way.
That's one of the goals for this year. Yeah.
And also to be practicing. You want to practice on other people's podcasts and kind of see what people do before you start your podcast. You could go watch a ton of different podcasts, but don't watch Joe Rogan and the big guys because you're not there yet.
Right. Go watch when people were in entry level. Go in and see when people sucked before they got better.
Well, no, what I mean is you do a normal show, not a show that. So the only reason he's so big is because he did Fear Factor. He did all those other things. Then he was on the UFC and he did all that stuff way before he got into podcasting.
Right. Well, and he's been in it for duration. I mean, how long has that guy been recording his podcast?
A few years, but that wasn't it. My whole thing is he was doing all the other stuff for so long and brought those people over to what he was doing. That's the difference. You have nobody when you start. You don't. If you have a following like that and you start a podcast, you're going to do pretty well. But if you don't have that following, it takes a while.
That's what we talked about with Steve the other day, right? That's what made Steve was all the people he had gotten to know over time. So what made Joe Rogan probably one of his most popular ones, that the mainstream people who didn't know who he was, is when he had Elon on and they smoked pot, right? Like, because that one went viral and all of a sudden people started listening to him. And then It's who his guests are. But to your point, that's not random. People don't get guests like that. It's because he had been in that industry for so long, television, movies, Fear Factor. Like you said, then he got involved with UFC. Yeah, because like at UFC, you should see. I mean, I think about this. My buddy won the Ultimate Dream experience with UFC. We got to be on stage for the weigh-ins, and the people that he's more popular than most of the fighters.
Yeah, because he's been around longer. But you also have to remember, he didn't get paid for that for so long. What he did, he just did it, and then I think he owns part of it, doesn't he, or something like that? I don't know.
I don't know, because Dana just sold it. Who'd he sell it to? Netflix or somebody else? They just recently sold, so I have no idea how it all works now.
Well, they bought it when it went under.
Dana bought it when it went under. But Dana just resold it because now it's not going to be on pay-per-view anymore.
Oh, it's going to be on Netflix.
I think it's either Netflix or it's one of the streaming services.
Neither here nor there. But what I was getting is your background. Do you have a following to bring over to your podcast? If you don't, it's going to take a while to build it. I did so well with Inner Edison from the beginning because Steve Sims, we were doing his masterminds and everybody had speaking at his masterminds. He told them that if your mind people ask you to come on their podcast, you go on their podcast.
Yes.
And so I had so many people that were amazing from the beginning. I'm not saying people now aren't amazing, but it just helped to get it going.
Yes. And well, that's one of the things when if you coached under Steve, he would have you put in every one of your social medias, awesome podcast guest. Because just like anything else, you have to tell people, hey, I like to be on podcasts, and it works. So, yeah.
And speaking of that, I'm so close to finishing my Pod Veteran. So,
are you?
Yeah, because I told you it broke about 3 months ago, and I just shelved it, and I was doing everything else. And last weekend I worked all weekend to fix that problem, and it finally fixed it. And it was its own internal thing that it wasn't searching. This is, again, it's a child, and you have to think for it sometimes.
Yeah.
And so what it would do is it would fix the name when it was identifying the host and the co-host and all that different things.
Yeah.
It would swap the names, but it wouldn't, when it was go to fix it and put them in the right order, it just swapped the names, not the whole files.
That's what you were saying.
Yeah. And so that fixed that. So now I'm going through and fixing everything else. Like I just had it clone my voice, and now it will do it in my voice. And I think I told you the other day that I was doing it, and it cloned Mike Kelly's voice, and he kept saying he was Ed Parcaut.
Right. Because he started first, right?
Well, no, it just, the thing was messed up. So then I went, and now when you create your host or your co-host part in there, you upload a 2-minute video file or an audio file, and it will then clone your voice from that. And then it knows who is which person from then on.
Yeah.
Are you there? You're a little slower than me.
I don't know. You mean mentally or my connection?
Your connection. Let's see. You seem a little slow today.
I think my computer's just had enough. I was working on 4 PowerPoints at the same time, and mine are all very graphic intensive.
Yeah, so, but you can all so it's you, not me, because I see myself moving on Instagram after.
I'd leave and reboot, but then I couldn't. Then I'd be dead on Instagram. So,
poor guy.
I know. Let me see if I can free up some.
No, actually, once you get started on Instagram, it doesn't matter anymore. It's to get started.
If I go away and come back.
So for people who don't know, on StreamYard, if you go live on Instagram, if you don't set it up before, 10 minutes before to go live, it won't work. But if you go live on Instagram and then you drop out of here and come back in here, you're still going to be going on there because the actual feed is
still there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to reboot then. I'll be right back.
All right. You do that.
Give me 1 second.
I'll just stay right here. And while if he ever leaves, is that me or him that's still there? Could be me now, huh? All right, we'll see what happens when he comes back. Because he's stuck in there. It still shows him down at the bottom. We'll kick him out of the feed. No, it's not. But what I was going to show you is what I did, and I think it's amazing when you learn how to vibe code. Let's share this screen. There it is. So Let's make sure you can see it. Yeah, you can see it. I can see it. All right. So what I did, this is for the podcasting thing, and I created this voice ops, and I don't think you'll be able to hear it, but what it does, it's slow in here because of the fact that it's inside of this place. Here we go. And what you can do is so if you want to do your intro and outro and have your own voice, but not have to do the intros and outros all the time, that's what I created here. And it'll do this part right here. You generate intro, and then it will do it. Hopefully it will do it. You never know. It looks like it's done. Let's go back there. Let's see here. Go to the library, refresh. And I don't know if we're going to be able to hear it, but we'll see.
Welcome to Real Estate Jerky Daily, where fresh market updates are served with a side of wit. I'm your host, Ed.
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it created an intro with my voice in. Are you back, Brian?
I think so. There we go.
Can you tell me if you can hear this? So I just created this intro.
Parcaut, and joining me is the ever entertaining Mike Kelly.
Can you hear that at all?
Yep.
Oh, so this is what I just did. So it's created. So you come in here and you say, okay, which voice do you want? It's the host. It's been cloned. How do you want it? High energy, professional, dynamic. And this changes. So the more you do, so if I do professional and then my script, this is, let's see here, ignore what it does, but just let me generate it. What I mean is it's going to say property and finance. That's not correct, but you can go in here and adjust these. If I wanted to change it, I could change that before I fix it.
Mm-hmm.
So I created it. Now I go over to the library. I refresh it. I don't want to wait for it. That's why I said that. So then I click on here.
Welcome to Real Estate Jerky Daily, where the market's as fresh as your morning coffee with a side of wit to keep you on your toes. I'm Ed Parcaut, your host, alongside my trusty co-host, Mike Kelly. We're here to slice through the noise and serve you the...
Pause it. That sounds a little more subdued than you normally talk. So can you take a different genre? Or
yes, you can. You can keep playing with it. Yeah. So, cool. So that's why you have different one here. Higher energy, right? Here's and I'm still playing with that because I wanted to mimic you so much that it's really you. And again, I just got this working. The fact that I don't have to redo my intro outro anymore is huge.
Welcome to Real Estate Jerky Daily, where the market's as fresh as your morning coffee with a side of wit to keep you on your toes.
That one sounds more like you. Yeah.
I'm Ed Parcaut, your host, alongside my trusty co-host, Mike Kelly.
And what I'm getting is, again, it's just about what it can do. The fact that you can do this stuff now. Right. Yeah. With what I'm creating. So that's all I wanted to show. The other stuff will be finished late. I have pretty much everything done on there.
Mm-hmm.
I have audio ops, which what this does is when you upload your MP4, so it's slow because it's inside the app right now. I don't have it outside the app.
Yeah.
I'm just what else do we? Okay. All right. So this is the part. So what it originally does is it checks it, and then it gives you this waveform, and then it tells you. See how it's flashing here? It told me to do this one.
Gotcha.
And then you go down here and you can make additional changes as you want. And I processed it right here, and that's processed. And then when it does, you go back up and it shows you the next one. So this is the one that's been processed and it's more steady. And because you can see the difference in the waveform, see how this waveform's up and up like this. And this is more like steady across. And so it knows what to do, and you can analyze it too. What did it make difference in there? But what's nice, so normally what I would do is put this in Podcastle and then hit all the different things to have it fix the different sound levels and everything else. Well, now I don't do that. It automatically tells me which one. And if I don't want to go down to this one, I could just say, okay, I want this a standard version or studio quality. You can, and what it does is adjust these different toggles. Watch. So when I go here, the difference. So those are on but it checks
all the different toggles are there.
Yeah, it checks to see what you need to do. Voice ops is the one we were just in. Sound ops is the one that will make an opener and close for you with sound and everything else. But that's I just wanted to show that it's amazing what you can do these days.
Well, I don't know if you heard on the recording. I guess I did at the event, the Ignite event, or the AI bot. they created 180 something apps the night before.
Well, the question, here's my thing with that.
Yeah.
They're little apps,
right?
Little quick apps. And that's great. I mean, because when we did it at the other place, it was a couple, it was a lot too.
Yeah.
But
See, I didn't go. I went to the dinner with Henry and the distillery people.
But it doesn't matter because I created one there, but I didn't finish it until later.
Yeah.
And the question is how many full functioning apps were created that night?
That's a good question. Well, and the important part is if you can learn to get one launched while you're there, you can do exactly what you did. And that is you can start building a better app. So there is just proof of concept. Can I do it? Can I get something minor done? So it's like anything else. Can I create a mini version? Because then you understand the concepts and everything. Now, the more complex it is, the more you need to do, the more you're going to spend. Like I haven't done anything since I finished the flashcards. That money that's in there every month to be spent, I haven't touched it this month. Now I need to go in and edit and obviously changing out. What's that?
The $20?
Yeah. But it's funny because it's one of those you have to keep thinking, what else am I going to build? And with the group we were talking about, they're constantly looking for things of like, can I create an app for that? For me and for you, you're looking for a specific purpose for something. So you're building a very deep, high-end product. So it's taking you a few months, but it's interesting because what would it have cost you and what would it have taken 2 years ago?
It cost. I'd have to. Well, it's a prime example when I interviewed that VC for Inner Edison, and I showed him my shortfuse.io, which is a short link plus smart QR code. Yeah. He saw that and he started laughing because he goes, I helped a buddy of mine get $3 million from VCs to create the same thing, and you did it in a day in Lovable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was what really taught me. The thing I'm really working on that I'm trying to get back to working on is it's my it's called FitForge, but that won't be the final name of it. It's an actual like Strong and the different things that you can track your workout in.
Yeah.
But this one is full functioning for weightlifting and cardio, all that different thing, but you actually do your food in the same app.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to have multiple apps for it. And that's because because what will happen is this way, when it tells you how much you need to eat, it will know what your calorie intake needs to be automatically by your workout. And then you upload it and it allows you to scan it with your phone, and AI will figure out what the calorie count is and all the different things.
That's a deficiency right now. Like I'm looking at my Whoop while we're talking, and I did a workout the other day and I said weightlifting and said, well, do you want to put in all your workouts? I was like, oh, I don't want to. It'd be nice to be able to struggle. There's still some.
This is going to be connected to Whoop.
That's even better.
Yeah. It's connected to your Apple, fitness app too. Yeah.
Health app. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're so it's, and I'm doing, the other part of it is, I don't know if you ever work out and you lose track of what your numbers were. And
especially when it's in between reps. I'll share funny
if you use the tonal, that's a machine we have, it counts for you with reps. Right. You can click the button. So this one will, because there's a lot of people who do this, but you hook it on the wherever you're working out next to you with a magnet or whatever you hang it, it will count the reps for you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, if you have the camera working on it, so that if you want it,
I use it's so funny and it's so cheesy. That like 25 days of Christmas or whatever, and you move the little reindeer I have that in the garage, and now when I'm doing sets, I just start off at 1 and I go and move it so I can physically, when I'm working out at home, I can see what reps I am. But all the time I forget when I'm at the gym. I'm like, is this the 5th or is this the 6th round? So I started just going over and stealing the coach's whiteboards, just writing on there.
Well, I mean, for me, I use notes right now for my work, and I just put in there it tells me what I did last time, whatever. Well, this app, you put in what you did, and then in the beginning, it wants to know what your 1 rep max is for bench, squat, and all that, for a couple, and one other thing, I can't remember what it was. Bench, squat, and what is the other one?
Deadlift.
Yeah. Deadlift. And then it knows where to start you if you don't know what your numbers are already. What you should start at to do, because they'll tell you you're going to do these 5 different workouts, after it tells you how many days a week that you want to do it when you onboard. So when you onboard, it asks all these different questions.
So does it have, I want to bulk, I want to cut, I want to,
whatever you want, it does all that stuff. Yeah.
Cool.
And then it
Very
also
cool.
gives you many options for warm up up ahead of time, what to do and afterwards, or stretching and other stuff that I won't do. Everything.
Kind of swapping back to what we talked about on Tuesday, because you had to leave to go take care of the thing, then you came back. What do you have planned out for Q1 of this year? Are you going to anything? Are you going to attend any events? No.
Well, I was thinking about going to that one in Cancun, but I just really want to finish the stuff we got going.
Sure.
And then I just thought there's so many AI conferences this year now. There's so many of them.
Yeah. Well, you and I talked yesterday. They gave away another one. It's a 3-day for free because we're in this one group. And while I'd love to do it, I'm not focusing on anything because all I'm doing is watching another thing.
3-day for free. Which one's that one? Is that the one guy the one of the speakers gave away theirs.
Yeah, their 3-day course. I've got it somewhere.
Course or the actual like a mastermind group.
It was a 3-day mastermind. I don't know if it was virtual or where it was going to be. I just kind of opened it up. Let me see if I kept it open or not. I think I shut it down because I thought I don't need another one to go to.
Well, I don't know if you saw the guy the last day where he talked about how they created the commercials. Oh, it was Chris Gray. You didn't, right?
Yeah, no, I didn't see Chris.
Oh, dude, we got to get
his
him
birthday
on.
Today. I texted him earlier.
You reach out to him, get him on. We need maybe next week or the week after. He's did some amazing stuff. I knew he was a really smart guy, but I didn't know how smart he was till he was on stage showing what he did. Because for people, how to compete, and a lot of these people are trying to. How do you compete against the big people in your industry? Yeah. And that's what he did for some people who. And then also they show. There's an app that if you have a huge accent, it cuts it down while you're talking to them.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, for people who have really, and that was his thing. He was like, the people he worked with, he was Chinese, and he'd get tons of leads, but his accent was so thick, it wouldn't go through with it. And he was talking about, and it was really amazing. And he came from the fact that, in Texas, some people might say, and for people know, Chris Gray is a black guy, that I don't send me a black guy out to my whatever. He goes, that in Texas, that happens. He goes, I don't care. Yeah, that's not my problem. I'm working. So he goes, so that the accent thing, how do we make it so people don't, Indian accents people have problems with those other stuff. And so there was this app that cuts it down, the actual accent, so people can understand.
So I have the new AirPods because I temporarily misplaced mine, and I couldn't find out where they were. It was the dumbest place when I finally found them. But now my kid has a set. These are supposed to very soon be able to translate in real time when you're talking to somebody. Right. Now, of course, it's not going to help you translate back to them.
Right. They'll have to have the same things in.
Exactly. But
the question will be, if you have it on speakerphone, will the speakerphone go to them?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because that's how they were doing it with the glasses before.
Yeah. What else is coming out with AI? I mean, that's big. Obviously, who did Meta just buy the other day? Manus?
That was one of the ones they were talking about yesterday. Some of the people were talking about what they use different, whether it's Claude, whether it's ChatGPT and certain Gemini and all those things. And they were saying they use Gemini, I think it is, for copywriting stuff,
Yeah. Well, so Adam Lyons, which he'd be another good person to have on. He does a whole AI course every Wednesday. That's really good also. He does a lot of his stuff in, Gemini, because Gemini is, you don't get access to it. Like everybody, when you put your stuff in ChatGPT, unless you have your own server or everything else, people can steal it, and it's out there. But
unless
Gemini,
you stop it from giving it to everybody else.
Right.
Unless you stop.
But most people don't know how to do that. But he was saying it was Gemini and Google Labs, because if you use Google Labs, it's not going out to all the AI search engines.
Well, so I was wrong. So it was Claude they're using for copywriting and writing, not using ChatGPT. And
what I don't hear people talk about?
Gemini for research. Yeah.
Perplexity. I don't hear people really talking about Perplexity anymore. And that's the one that was more, is that $200 a month that people are paying?
Oh, and who handles that one?
I don't even know.
So I mean, because Gemini is Google, right?
Gemini's Google.
Yeah.
And the crazy part is
that's why they use it for research. They use it for research because it's connected. It gets the Google search. when you use Gemini.
Tied to who?
And Claude, so what I'm going to do is go back through with my pod veteran and change, because it creates the stuff under mission brief that Cast Magic does. Well, I'm going to have it use Claude now instead of what it's using.
Yeah, I'm looking now. Perplexity AI isn't tied to anybody. So, you've got Gemini tied to Google, obviously. Claude tied to X, right?
Is that what it is? Claude's tied to X?
Claude's tied to X. That's why they say if you want real-time information.
What's Grok then?
Oh, no, you're right. Grok is X. So let's see, who is Claude tied to?
Anthropic or something like that.
Let's see. Claude, who owns Claude AI? Marillo. It just talks about the owners. It doesn't say it's tied to anything. What was interesting, and this goes back to what we went to in September, is to know that Google Gemini doesn't use Google search results because it knows that the old school way of searching it doesn't work.
No, it knows that it's not the old school searching it's the fact that its own database is flawed.
Yes.
That's the problem. Its own search engine is messed up is what the problem is. That's why they allow all the other AIs to use it and they don't use it.
Yeah. Which is just freaking crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, for me, for Q1, I've got the event in Nashville this coming week. We got dinner this weekend. Then Sunday through Wednesday out there for an event on real estate, insurance, and lending. Then fly home, then fly back out to Phoenix to be on some podcasts. I got to find out what those podcasts are on. Then we're actually hosting an event. So you've met Mary and Karen because they've been on as guests before.
Thing?
Yeah, we're doing the speaker thing, trying to help people get assets, get them on stage, like kind of what Steve did before. That one's been tougher to fill than I would have thought. I would have thought that one would be easy to fill because speakers all need assets.
Right. But remember what you said the other day?
I sleep
I
a
don't
lot.
remember. I just say so much. I don't remember how the fact that speaking isn't happening as much for everybody.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because the higher paid people are going, I'll do it for less. So it's compressing the market, pushing the lower people out. That's why you're not doing well right now.
And it's just people don't know where to invest their money. Is it a sizzle reel? Is it a photo? Is it this? Is it, do I need, there's so many, just go and Google like speaker training. It's nuts. Like people are paying $30,000 to $100,000 a year for speaker training that I've sat in on some of them. And I'm like, man, you got ripped off. Like don't get me wrong. Some of them teach you the basics. Like I got into one several years ago, taught me some good things before I found Steve and some other people taught me speaking. But there were people that went in that never should have been speakers. And it was more about profit than people. And they had people cashing out their 401ks, emptying their bank accounts, say, we'll get you on a stage. And then they would set up their own event and say, see, you're on a stage. So that they met their technical clause, but they weren't. So, well, you probably know this. There was a group years and years ago that would say, oh, yeah, we'll get you on stages at TNC. And they weren't. TNC is traffic and conversion.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah. And what they did is they rented a hotel room near it and had people speak there.
Oh, really? Well, they had a room at TNC also that they would have their own speakers on that stage. And then Steve Sims walked into the room.
Yeah.
And just to see what was going on. And they called him out like he was, see, even Steve Sims in here knows that what we're doing.
Oh yeah. That's the ones. So we'll share more about that one offline. But
no, but the problem is because a lot of people want to get on stages, but the problem, I think, is just with the different events and how much money's there. If you want to get on a stage and you know what you're talking about, there's podcasting places you can get on stage. They're always looking for people to get on those stages if you know what you're talking about. The question really is what are you good at? And that's what you need to talk about. And I think the problem is the AI, forget it. It's so many people in that.
Oh, yeah.
So here's what happens. You got a group of people who know each other. They go make one, and then all those people speak at that event.
Yep.
And then one of those guys goes off and makes another one, and they grab all those people from this other event to speak at that event.
Yep.
It just keeps going over and over and over.
And that's the way the speaking industry works. But now it's like you said, everybody wants AI. I went to I spoke at an event in Arlington, which right in between Dallas and Fort Worth. And my talk probably had 35 people in it. You know, it wasn't very big at all because everybody ran to go see how can AI help me in real estate. And that's the whole problem is everybody just hears AI and thinks, oh shit, I don't want to fall behind. But when you go to these, I've went and sat in some like, well, here's how you use AI. And it's like, put your MLS listing in and ask AI to make it sound sexier. And it's like, that's not really going to help people.
No,
so I don't think
that was 22 when I first came up with that. I created GPTs for all my agents to be able to drop their listing, you know, don't even have to list the address, just put the address in it and we'll go do everything for them.
Right.
Yeah.
So
and that's like, dude, it's 26. That was
I know
almost 4 years ago.
I know
it's 3.5.
But that's what you got to remember. A lot of these people just don't know because what used to work for them doesn't work anymore. You know, no more dancing around the properties, some of the things that worked. And it's like everything else. What works only works for a short period of time. Then something else is popular. Like right now, what's the big thing on Facebook is if you want to know these things, look in the comments. So people aren't sharing information videos anymore because they know in Facebook, if I get you to click in the comments and read through all the comments, you're spending time there reading through it versus if I do a video, you can just bypass it.
Well, the other reason is they look at they'll put something here, which they want you to, they really want you to click on it, but you can't because then Facebook yells at them and doesn't promote it. So then they have you go down to the comments so that you can click on it in the comments. And that's that whole thing that they even brought that up at the thing we were just at AI bot. And the guy had one of those GPTs to make those. I can't think what they called it. Threads. Is that what it's called?
I don't know because you know obviously the big thing right now is also carousels, which is multiple pictures. Because if you do one picture, they bypass you. But if you do a carousel, your same post will get shown to the person the second time they log in, and that wasn't the thing. So look at how Instagram started. Oh, here's a picture of my food. Now you have to be doing video, you have to be doing carousel, or you get one chance, and that's pretty much it.
Well, you missed the guy yesterday that talked about his documentary.
Oh no, I watched him, the YouTube guy.
Yeah. So that's what you need to do. So you need to create a GPT. I don't know if he gave one that about how help you to make a YouTube documentary of what you're talking about and create that so people will look at 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then 4 and 5. And he just proved that it's not about how many subscribers you have. It's all about what are you getting them to watch.
Yes. I thought I had it, but I don't see it anymore. Maybe let me see if I added it to the side. But yeah, he created that one Parasite documentary one. Yeah. I've got it added over here.
What was his name?
Yes.
Tony. That was Tony. It was Tony. I only know his first name.
That was one that I watched. I actually stepped away from it and ate lunch.
Guy after him. It was before. I don't remember.
I don't know, but I gotta get out of here. I gotta get running. So.
You gotta get running.
Yeah, I gotta eat and I gotta go run to the gym and then go pick up kiddo.
It was Scott Simpson. That's who it is. Is the guy.
I would have remembered that, like The Simpsons, but okay.
No, it's Scott Simpson because I remember his picture looks like AI. And he's the one that shows the, where he said the no strip guy, which he couldn't talk about.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he kept hinting the whole time. I don't want to get sued.
Yeah, well, then don't bring it up.
Exactly.
But I didn't say his name.
Yeah.
But that's his trademark anymore. It's like somebody else had a Band-Aid. What was that? 50 cents or something. Remember back in the day that
Nelly,
that's right.
Yeah, Nelly had it. Yeah.
That was their trademark.
Branding. Exactly.
All right.
No strips and a wife beater. That would definitely be one individual.
Yeah. You gonna take us out?
Yeah, I'll take us out. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining Ed Parcaut and myself here on ACES53. We're here on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesdays is usually Ed and I. Thursdays, sometimes we bring in a guest we call a joker. That is somebody who can teach a special skill or talent that we all want to learn from and help you out in your business as well. Ed, thank you for being here. And of course, the best way to support us is just go and subscribe to the YouTube channel.
That's correct. I appreciate you all. Thank you. Thanks, Brian.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks.